Hi. I don't usually record myself, so I'm really nervous right now. Just being honest. I wear a what's called an FGM, which is a flash glucose monitor. CGMs and FGMs measure your blood sugar level. CGMs are a little bit different, that they measure your blood sugar level and then give you that message every 5 minutes on a sensor, and it can alert you whether or not your blood sugar is going too high or too low. I have an FGM, which is a flash glucose monitor, and flash glucose is where I take my little reader and I can put it over top of my sensor, and it'll tell me what my blood sugar is at any given time, plus what the last 8 hours, where it went in the last 8 hours. So I can manage my blood sugar much better if I know where it's going and what direction, and it'll often give me an up arrow or a down arrow and let me know what's happening to it so that I can better manage my diabetes. They are really an essential part of diabetic life and managing my diabetes. Only problem is the government doesn't support it or cover it. So yeah, they're very expensive. So anyway, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how I put it on. Since we're all in social isolation, I can't really show people otherwise. So this is what I have. It's the Freestyle Libre. This is just the sensor. That's it. So it comes with 2 parts, and I have to check and make sure that the codes are right on them, and I didn't get something the box didn't get mixed up. So I take the cover off of this one, and that's where the sensor is inside, and then I unscrew this. And there's 2 little parts. I have to match this part with this part. So I put it together and click it, and it's now loaded with the sensor inside, and that's emptier. Okay, so I'm going to put that down for a moment. This one is no longer working, so it has to come off. So we're going to pull it off. Lovely. It's got an adhesive backing, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see the wire on here. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Nope. You might be able to see the little wire there. It's about a 1/4 inch long, and it's a flexible wire that gets basically shoved into my skin. So all fun and games. That gets discarded. Everything gets discarded. Nothing is recyclable, which is a lot of plastic. The only thing is recyclable is the box, which drives me nuts because I don't like plastic. So I get 2 alcohol swabs. They're pre-injection swabs. My arm has been washed already, and I'm going to be placing it right about here this time. So I've washed it with soap and water, and now I'm going to use the alcohol swabs just to make everything clean, because yeah, we don't need an infection. There's number 2. Let's make sure everything is really clean. Okay, we'll give it a couple seconds to dry, because it really hurts bad if you don't, and yeah, it stings. So the sensors last for 14 days, and my monitor will tell me that it's how many days I'm in and how many more days I have left. I can also look at it on my cell phone. So I do that quite often because I can check with my cell phone as well. Okay, so this is ready. And basically I press it on my skin and it makes a lovely sound. It's very loud. And then I take it off. That's about it. Then I just make sure that around the edges is secure. And that's it for 2 weeks. Yay! And I really don't have to check my blood sugar too often. I'm going to start the new sensor. And it says starting a new sensor. Second, it asks me a question. So I get 60 minutes before it starts working. I find the first 24 hours is iffy about as to whether it works or not. I still check my blood sugars a bit in the first 24 hours. Otherwise, I can just go from there, and then I just scan my arm. But it's really nice that it tells me what it's doing before I go to bed, so I know if I'm dropping or I know if I'm steady during the night, because if I drop during the night, I can die if I don't wake up. So this gives me great peace of mind, and it means so much. You have no idea. So hope everybody's happy and healthy and looking forward to being out of isolation, but please stay safe. Take care. Bye. So I just played back my video and I realized that I needed to make a distinction between blood sugar checking by using a finger poke and blood sugar checking by using my sensor. I do, if there's any discrepancy, I do check with a finger poke and make myself bleed and check my blood sugar that way. The sensors, after 24 hours, it's almost dead on accurate for me. It's not that way for everybody, but it is for me. So I do know that in the first 24 hours, I might have to double check with a finger poke if it's not quite, if I'm not feeling the way that it says what my blood sugar is when I check my sensor. I check my sensor maybe 15 times a day or 20 times a day because it's so important for me to know what's happening with my blood sugar so that it can be accurate and it can be, my management is so much better. My management has become better since I've had the sensors, and it's essential to diabetic management. And the fact that the government does not, the government supports it and says, yes, sure, you should have one, but it does not pay for it, or it does not reimburse you for them. Not the BC government in Canada, British Columbia, Canada. So I have to, all of that is paid for outright if you don't have extra coverage. So I just wanted to make that clear that I still poke my finger, but it's a lot less than I used to of 15 times a day poking my finger and making a hole in my finger so that it bleeds. A sensor is so much easier and so much better than having to do it the old way. And it's an essential part of diabetic management and should be covered.